Hey everyone, how you guys doing? It's been a while. It's been a couple of weeks since I posted anything on here. It's been rough, life wise, art wise. It's just been difficult. I've basically had severe art block for the past few days. Haven't touched my papers until today. But today I think I've been lucky. I finally put something down on the paper that I'm relatively happy with. It's not perfect, but it's good enough, and honestly, I'll take good enough for today. This was actually a request from my last sketchbook tour. Someone asked me to draw Kurama, and I promised that I would. So this is it. Hopefully, everything turns out good. These are the pencils for it. So I don't usually record the pencil stage of any of my ink drawings, simply because it takes way too long. This took me about 3 hours. I know it doesn't look like it, but yeah, it takes me a while. So I prefer to record the inking process, and today I'm going to record the coloring process as well. For inking, I'll be using Copic and Pigma pens. I've got the Pigma Graphic, Pigma Micron, and then various sizes of Copic multi-liners. Don't let anybody lie to you, size matters. And then for coloring, I'll be using Winsor & Newton watercolor. Those. I'm not really great at watercolor. I'm just gonna wing it, honestly. I don't have time to kind of pretend that I know what I'm doing. It's watercolor, it never goes the way you plan it. So I'm just gonna have fun with it. But I am also kind of cheating. There's a lot of black on this, as you'll see after I'm done inking it. So very little areas to go wrong with the color, but I'll experiment and see what happens. Yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Oh yeah, and if you have like a drawing going or anything, or want to start a new drawing, anything like that, this could be like a draw along, because I'm planning on keeping this real time. Need to find the right pen. Alright, got it. So yeah, if you've got anything that you want to work on right now, this will take me a little while, an hour or two. I think, yeah, just the inking alone might take me, yeah, about an hour. We'll see. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy this video. something's in my eye. Ow. That was weird. I'm trying to be a little loose with it, just because it's fur texture, so I don't need to be so tight. I'm getting every line perfect. I kind of wanted to have that little bit of energy where it just carries over into the fur texture. Not really sure if it's being successful or anything, but you know. Yeah, gotta try things to learn things, right? I think I might have, my pen might be a little too thick. I need to switch to a smaller size pen. It's looking okay, but it's also looking a bit rough. which could add to it. I don't know. We'll see. If it all works out, then great. If it doesn't, you win some, you learn some. Would prefer to win this one because I'm recording it. By the way, if this doesn't work out, you'll never see it. So in a way, I'm kind of talking to myself. Hopefully I'm talking to someone. Because that means it would have worked out. This pen's running out of ink. I use it on every drawing. Yeah. This is why I hate recording when I draw. I'm rushing everything for some reason. I feel watched. So I end up just kind of pushing everything at the wrong time and putting myself in a corner. I'm trying to slow down, but my hand just does not want to cooperate. Why does this feel so nerve-wracking? I'm forgetting basics, things I already know, things if I wasn't recording myself, I'd feel like, oh yeah, of course, that's what you're supposed to do. And now it just feels like I've forgotten everything. I feel like I don't know how to draw anymore. I'm so glad my pencils are very tight so that I can be loose with the inking, because I'm doubting everything I'm doing, but the only thing that's giving me hope is the fact that I'm following a guideline that's already quite figured out. Like, I don't have to think about every second stage or second step that I'm taking, just because I already kind of went through that whole thought process as I was laying down my pencils. Also in these black, like proper black areas, I don't want it to be completely black because I'm going to color it at some point. So I just want to leave areas where there might be a pop of color, even if it's just a tiny little glint of color. It'll make it look better, I hope. Yeah. Oops. I'm not supposed to be using this for that. Okay, I need to relax. I'm using this a little too much. Oh, damn it, wrong pen. Oh, make a noise. Damn it. Oh, I wish I could listen to music right now. That would calm me down. But no, YouTube, copyright. Okay, that needs to be thinner. I'm definitely a lot looser than I want to be, but I'm also trying not to let that get to me right now, because loose doesn't necessarily mean ruined. So I'm trying to just tell myself, like, it's okay, I can always tie it back up at the end, because after I've laid down some color, I am going to come back in with inks if need be. And it's looking like need will be, but we'll see. So far I am enjoying being loose, but the only reason I'm worried is because I never go this quick. I'm usually very, very controlled and measured, and I make sure that every line that goes down is planned out carefully, which I like, because then I get almost exactly what I'm trying to get out of these drawings, which isn't happening right now. But it's not feeling terrible. Something nice and freeing about it. Feels organic in many ways, which is funny because I made sure to lay down some very, very tight pencils, which I'd expect to feel static, but it feels good. I'm enjoying it. This might actually not take as long as I thought it would. I do know though, when I get to the watercolor, everything is just going to fall apart. Watercolor makes me feel like I don't know anything about art, let alone color. It feels so foreign. And I don't know why I keep gravitating towards it. It's always... I could just pick another medium to color my work. I do want to try with alcohol markers. I just don't have access to them because I'm deep in the sticks of Africa land. I could use acrylic, but that just seems like a pain to learn. I know it's funny saying that, especially because I'm using watercolor. But genuinely, everything else just seems like it's extremely difficult and I can't be bothered. This with watercolor, I know I can cheat my way through just by using inks, because if things don't go well with the color, I can just kind of black things out and hide my mistakes like a pro. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I can hide my mistakes with those, whereas with acrylic, I know you can lay down a few layers, cover up a few areas, but then you have to be good with color, which I'm not. You know, I'm used to doing everything kind of black and white, really just based on values. And yeah, like with watercolor, it's forgiving in that it's very transparent, especially if you just lay down very thin washes of color every now and then. You can finesse your way into a good piece. Oh, I'm wasting so much ink using this to fill out the blacks. Don't do it. Don't be tempted to be lazy. I need to slow down. Slow down, breathe. Woosah. Yeah, I think I just aged myself saying that. Anyway. The ink is running out. I need to change the cartridges on a lot of these. That's what I like about the Copic multi-liners, the newer ones, not the old ones. This one's the old one. You can't replace the ink on this, you just have to buy a new one. With these, you can take off the top and just replace the cartridge. And with a couple of these, actually, I need to replace those cartridges because they are out. I have to press them really hard just to get some ink out. Which usually, as soon as you touch the paper, this thing just overflows, but right now I'm struggling. Doesn't look like it, but I can feel it. It feels terrible. Feels like it's fighting me. These have surprised me. I've been using these for, I think I bought them 2 years ago, and I haven't had to replace them once. The Pigma. And I fill out a lot of black areas. Any area that you see with my ink drawings that's just completely black, yeah, I probably used that exact one, and it's still going strong. It does feel a little dry these days, but for 2 years worth of just constant abuse, it's held up pretty well. Good product. Which isn't to say the Copics aren't good. I think the Copics are my favorite inks to use ever, honestly. They're just brilliant. And they're waterproof, by the way. That's why I'm using these and not any other fine liner, because I haven't tried anything else that's hasn't failed me once I put watercolor over it. I think I tried an Artline fine liner. It was just terrible. Had a nice tip to it, but as soon as I put watercolor onto it, it bled everywhere and ruined everything. I regret it. It was terrible. But this, yeah, I've used watercolor on these multiple times. Not once has it given me problems. Oh man, I'm enjoying this way more than I thought I would. I always stress myself out before I start recording. And this is the first time after recording that feels like, you know what, it's going okay. It is going okay. Well, let me just finish out the center, and then I'll move on to the hands and then the tails. 0.3, where is it? There it is. If you'd like to see the pencils drawn out and stuff, I'd be more than happy to record that. It's just really going to be a long form video, longer than this. So that's why I'm hesitant to do it. But if people are willing to just sit there and watch me draw, it could be like a nice draw along, I guess. But then it's hard to take a risk on those things. So if anyone is willing to sit down for a good 2 hours or so, or longer than that actually, and just watch me draw, make mistakes that are fresh, make mistakes that are fresh, like something, then hate it, then like it again, then draw it again. Yeah, I'd be happy to do that. I really enjoy the process with the pencils because that's when I figure out a lot of things like lighting and stuff like that. Oh, and I used a ton of comic book references for this because I'm not used to drawing anthropomorphic characters like this, like humanoid style animals. I usually just draw the animals kind of as they are in nature, and then I kind of play around with that. But with this one, I was torn between doing a very realistic nine-tailed fox with Kurama's like eye details and the ears. But then I thought a comic book look would fit just a little bit better because, well, this is from an anime, so to make it look more, I don't want to say cartoony, but yeah, cartoony would fit the origin of this character a bit more. But the kind of stuff that I usually would go for is more life accurate, like a proper fox. And then putting in those 9 tails, which would suck, but at the same time, I think it would look cool. Something I should actually experiment with. It would be nice to have them side by side. Okay. Okay. Ink's running out. Oops. Got a lot of sponging, but it's okay. It's nothing too terrible. Getting careless again. I really need to slow down. There's no need to rush. Well, there is, but not right now. 100% one. There you go. inks are done. I am just going to let the ink set for a little bit. And then I'll get onto the watercolor. Get rid of these pencil marks. Yeah, it's good enough. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. Alright, let me let this set and we'll be back with the watercolor stage process thing. Cut. Just laying down basically a base color. I want it to be this nice yellow, kind of all over, not signifying any real lighting. It's just a matter of not having so much white on the figure. If anything, I'm trying to get rid of all the white and also give it this nice warm base tone that I can then paint over and build up values from. Because if it's all white, then it's going to confuse me, especially someone who doesn't really know how to use color very well. It will genuinely be confusing. The paper will buckle, and I'm not going to tape it down or anything. I'm honestly too lazy. And besides, it's okay paper. It's not too thick. I think it's 250 GSM. No, it's 200 GSM. What paper is it? I think it's... let me check actually. Quickly. I can't find it. I think it's Fabriano. Not sure. Probably is though. Sure, there's a lot of people just like screaming at the screen right now, just thinking, what are you doing? This is all wrong. This is not how you hold a brush. Yeah. It is what it is. Accept it. Paper's buckling. This is the arm. Don't paint the mouth. Don't paint the eye. Why am I painting? I suck at this. Oh, anyway. That's how you learn, right? You're doing the things you don't want to do. Yeah, this is already buckling quite badly. But it's alright, it's going okay. I don't mind, I'll just put it under a book or something. Alright, gonna wait for that to dry. Get my brush clean. Off screen. Paper's buckling quite a bit. I should have used thicker paper. But yeah, you live and you learn. It is what it is. That's way too much water. Jesus. Anyway. It's too much. Still too much. I don't know how people paint, man. I'm just not patient enough for this. It's already stressing me out. Actually, it's not stressing me out, it's pissing me off. But it's fun in some ways. I enjoy it. I think what stresses me out is that I still don't know what the hell I'm doing. So there's just a part of me that's like, well, if this is this difficult, why not just quit? Or just stick to pencil or ink. Yeah. Also, I think what's worrying me now is that this paper's buckling so badly that I worry that it won't survive the rest of the layers. But so far, not bad, not terrible. Still a few more layers to go, and I'm actually skipping a couple in terms of the paint that I plan to lay down, just because I'm worried about the paper. Yeah, I have crying out loud, I've already brushed you off. I don't know how people do this. My brain does not like this. I am not in control. And people are like, yeah, just let watercolor do its thing, man. Why don't you just shut the fuck up, man? This thing is stressful. Don't like it. What I hate more than anything is that I have to finish this and then have to be patient and not touch it for however long it takes to dry. And I'm just like, well, why? I just want to finish. I wish I chose different paper. I have so many layers planned, but I'm having to just kind of ignore them, honestly, and just go with whatever feels like will be quickest. Not just because I'm impatient, but because I'm worried about this paper. I really am. I feel like it's going to fail before I finish. That's making me very uncomfortable because I am now doubting the entire thing. What's annoying me is that it's going better than I expected it to. But I'm going to have to kind of throw in the towel at some point. Which sucks. It is buckling so bad, so bad. And I'm running out of paint because I don't know how to mix enough paint for things. See, that's okay. I'm confused. Why do people paint? Just draw. Oh no, the next layer is where I start to give it the beans. Please, sir, could I have some more? Why am I saying that? I don't know. So far it's looking alright. It's not great. It's okay. This is why I like inking my stuff a lot more, because it just allows me to play with it. And usually I would ink after laying down some color because it gives me more freedom, but when I don't know what I'm doing, I kind of just, I'd rather throw down some ink first because then I know I've got a solid base, and if I mess up the colors, it's okay. The foundation of the entire drawing is still intact, and it just looks like a nice experimental thing more than it does a failure. The paper's failing me though. I can see it in some areas starting to lift a little bit. I'm putting way too much water down, so I'm going to chill, let that dry. That's alright. Just needed to have a little bit of noise, especially towards the ground. Just a little bit of dry brush. Going Bob Ross on it. Getting a little bit native. Alright. Just need to push some shadows. And we will be done. Alright, now we wait. So I just added purple to this and I forgot to hit record, so I'm really sorry. I'll make sure to remember the last part. I'm gonna add blue for the shadows. I hope I remember to record this time. Damn it. Okay, final step with the watercolor. Still don't know what I'm doing, but it looks alright on camera. Yeah, that blue's too thin. I don't like it, Christian Rico. Yeah, it's definitely not going in. I'm starting. That's not looking good. I do not like it. But I'm gonna keep it in anyway, because I don't have a choice. Looks weird. Yeah, it's too thin. Am I gonna fix it? No. Why? Because I'm that guy. Which guy? The lazy guy. I'm just gonna keep it as it is. Which is okay with me. Does it look good? It looks okay. Still don't like it, but it's okay. We move on. That's what we do. We don't just move, we move on. I made the blue too thin, so it's not sitting the way I want it to. Too transparent. It's looking a little green. Right now the purple looks like it has more value than the blue, which is very bad. Very, very bad. But it's interesting. It is interesting. The colors are meshing relatively well. I do like the way they kind of look. It's interesting, to say the least. Just that little pizzazz of blue. Blue. No, not too much. Oh, the amount of buckling this paper has done. I am surprised it is still standing. But you know what? It's done good. It's done really, really good, especially considering that I don't know what I'm doing. So I've put way too much water in some areas, not enough in others. So after taking that kind of punishment, I can happily say I like this paper. I'll be using it again for watercolor stuff, even though I wasn't planning on it. Now I am. It just responds really well to punishment. Bleeding in some areas, which I don't like, but it should. I'll definitely be playing with this again. Like the watercolors in this way. Usually I just put down glazes and let the ink do 100% of the work, which this isn't far off, but there's a tiny bit of play where the watercolor has, its time to shine. It's shining terribly, but it's shining. I didn't mean for that to go over that much, but it is what it is. It is done. Don't get carried away, don't get carried away, don't get carried away. Okay, never mind. I understand why people paint now. I can admit I was naive, I was dumb, I was stupid. I get why people paint. It's fun. It's exciting in many ways. Don't know how to explain it. So yeah, I got it. That was not necessary. But it's there now. And that's dried up. Whatever. Remove this. Remove this abomination. There you go. Just little hints of blue here and there. They look green, but it's okay. Who cares, right? Nobody cares. And you've ruined it, but I don't care. This is why they say stop when you're ahead. Yeah, leave it. It's okay. Yeah, that's not okay. Remove it. It's not working. I tried. And failed. Terribly. Get some water. For fuck's sake. Quit while you're ahead, ladies and gentlemen. Quit while you are ahead. Yeah. Thank you. That could have gone terribly wrong. Okay, I think before I ruin it, let me let this dry. I'll come back in with color pencil. Alright, the inks are back. Going to just slightly fill in this eye. Just slightly. bit on the tongue, just a bit of texture. Red pen for the eyes. That's not working. I haven't used this pen in a while. There we go. You probably can't see this on the camera, but it's actually working out really well. We've got red eyes for Kurama's devilish stare. What's next? Got a purple Prismacolor, just to make sure this purple looks purple. Because of the paint, I don't know how to mix watercolor paints just yet. Everything was too thin and transparent, so some of the colors aren't really showing. So I'm gonna make sure they show up, because I want to look like I know what I'm doing. When I started out, I wasn't really happy with this. When I started with the watercolor, honestly, right now I'm very proud of it. It's weird. It's got pops of color in places you wouldn't expect pops of color, and it is talking a language to me that I like. I did something and it feels good. And honestly, after the last couple of weeks, I am extremely proud of this. Came out better than expected. And I've learned some things. I actually now realize what I can do with watercolor without relying too heavily on inks. It's still going to be very loose because I like that. It's nice. It's less pressure. I can kind of just go with the flow and do exactly what I was laughing at in the beginning, letting watercolors do what they want to do. So much fun. Honestly, so much fun. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Just be loose with it. Throw some color around. Obviously, kind of do some research on which colors to throw around. Orange and purple go really well together, so even if I kind of botched it, I chose colors that would at least allow me to make a mistake without worrying about how the end result would look. If you choose the wrong colors, no matter how good you think it might turn out, it won't look right. But don't listen to me, I'm not like a pro at color or anything. I'm not pro at anything but color more. Especially, I don't know anything about color. But yeah, just do the bare minimum in terms of research and then have fun. Honestly, just have so much fun with it. Okay, that's way too much purple now. Trying to show up the orange just because Kurama is orange. Don't want him looking any other combination of colors, because then I'll never hear the end of it from Naruto fans. You made him look weird. careful, Sponge. Can you tell I don't know what I'm doing now? I think that's enough. Oh man, yeah, you know what, that's it. I'm calling it. Calling it done. Done, done, done. So yeah, that's my KURAMA picture. Sorry for the weird recording angle. It's the best I can do for now. I don't have an overhead stand, and this is the best angle you can actually see what I'm doing on the page, because the other one I tried, it was head on, and my hand was hiding every single mark I was making. So for now, this is what you get. Anyway, thanks for watching. Goodbye and see you on the next one.